no, run. If you see these signs, my brothers, run away from her. She is toxic AF. You don't want anything to do with her. She will ruin your life. I'm getting ready to give you the 7 signs to show you if the girl that you are dating or thinking about dating or run into is toxic. Welcome back to another video, my friends. My name is BJ Iwoha, and I am your friend and your life and relationship coach. Let's go ahead and get into this video, guys, because I know you guys are wondering, am I dating a toxic girl? Is this girl toxic? Well, I'm about to show you right now if you're dating a toxic girl or not. How do I know this? I've dated toxic women before. And can I tell you right now, it is not fun. It is stressful as and it does not feel good to date a toxic girl at all. It's not fun. It's terrible. It's draining. So I'm going to give you the 7 signs right now that you're dating a toxic girl. Take notes if you have to. Go ahead and drop me one of these, guys, so that we can get this out into the YouTube universe, so that more men can see this, to stay away from toxic women. I want you to have the best relationship that you could ever have possible in your life. And to even help you even more with that, I even created a course to show you how to do that, to become a love magnet for amazing women, beautiful women that love you and appreciate you and that bring you joy and happiness and not toxicity. So if you want that course, go ahead and click the link down below, which is in the description, and let's go ahead and get into this video. Number 1, the number 1 thing that we're going to start with is if she's argumentative. Now, I don't see anything wrong with someone having their own opinion about something, or about them, having their own beliefs. There's nothing wrong with that. We're all individuals. We all have our own beliefs. We all, believe in our own things. And that's what makes the world great, because we're not all the same. We all have our differences. And it's a potpourri of just different people, different personalities, and different thoughts. Now, argumentative means she argues about everything, every single thing. It doesn't matter if you brush your teeth away she doesn't like, she's going to argue with you about it. She'll argue with you about the clothes you're wearing. She'll argue with you because you want to go hang out with your friends. She'll argue with you because you might want to play some video games. She's argumentative, and it's stressful. It's stressful. No one wants to be around someone who argues all the time. It's not fun. It's draining, and it literally robs you of your peace and your joy. So if she's someone who likes to argue all the time, this is a sure sign that she is toxic. Number 2, she's always looking for attention. She needs attention from everybody that's out there because she needs to feel that she's wanted or pretty or good looking, or that men want her. She needs to feel this because she has a low self-esteem. So in her eyes, as long as she feels that she's pretty or wanted by as many men as possible, this makes her feel good. This gives her a sense of validation. When in all actuality, validation should come from ourselves. We should already feel whole and complete within by ourselves without looking for validation from outward people. But if she's doing this is a sign right here that she's toxic, because she needs that validation. She needs people to compliment her and tell her how pretty she is and what she's got going on, and oh, you look so good, and damn, baby, you look fine, and all this. Toxic, because she's out there searching for it, and she'll do things to make sure she gets it. She'll probably wear revealing clothing to get that. She'll probably, post revealing risque photos on social media so that she can get the comments and the likes from other people, because she wants that attention and she needs it because she feels that she needs that to feel validated. In all actuality, she doesn't need it. She just needs to give herself love, but she's missing the point, and she's looking for it. She's looking for it from outside sources. This is a toxic trait. You want to stay away from that. Number 3, she still talks to her ex. And this is pretty toxic because this goes to show you that she's not ready to move on. If she's talking to an ex, they don't have any children, they weren't married, but they still keep in contact, this is a sure sign right here, a sure sign. This is a sure sign that she wants to have contact with that, because she wants to leave that door open. Why are you still in communication with an ex? Doesn't make sense. That relationship ended. You guys don't have to be, enemies and hate each other, but out of respect for you, she should not be making, friendly conversation with an ex that she doesn't have a relationship with. Her relationship is with you now. So she doesn't need to be having conversations with an ex, because, like I said, if there's no children involved, if there's no, I don't know, if they weren't married and have any alimony or whatever's going on, they don't need to be talking like that. There's no point. It's like life goes on. You live your life, I live my life. You be happy, I be happy, and that's the end of that. But if she's still in conversation with an ex, there's a possibility that there's still feelings involved, that door's still open, and if there's happens to be an issue or a crack in your guys' relationship, you can be rest assured she will be talking to that ex, and she's going to share that information with him, and then he's going to say something like, oh, maybe we should get together and talk and catch up, and she's going to take the bait, and she's going to go over there, and then he's going to be the shoulder to cry on, and then what happens from there. Step number 4, step number 4, these are not steps. How do you stop saying that? Number 4, she's always looking to spend your money. Now, this means that no matter what happens, she's always looking for you to be the one that pays the bill. Always looking for you to be the one that foots the bill for every little thing. It could be anything. It could be lunch, dinner, breakfast. It could be you guys going away somewhere together, going to a movie or whatever it is. She's always looking for you to pay the bill, never herself. Now, this goes to show you that she's selfish because she doesn't care about, your finances, because she's only thinking about herself. Now, I've been with women that were more than happy to pay for me, even if I was offering to pay myself because I'm a gentleman. Now, to me, this is so attractive because it shows that she's an independent woman and she's just as invested in the relationship as I am. So when two people can work together and, when you go to pay and she says, hey, babe, I got this one. That is so sexy to me. And if she's not doing this, this just goes to show you that she doesn't care. She just wants to take all your money and get what she can get and let that be the end of it. But it's a beautiful thing when you can experience a woman that equally wants to pay for things as well. It just goes to show that she cares, she's invested, and she's a part of this relationship just as much as you are. So be careful, beware of a woman that's looking to get you to spend your money on every single thing. It just goes to show that she doesn't care about your finances. She only cares about herself. Number 5, she's always ready to break up. Doesn't matter what happens, doesn't matter how good of a relationship people have, doesn't matter how perfect one person is or the other person, you're going to have disagreements in a relationship. That's just life. People have disagreements, people have arguments, but the good thing is that you work through them together. You don't rush to a breakup. You don't even talk about a breakup because you guys love each other. But if this girl is always quick to want to break up, quick to want to rush to break it up and ending things, that's a toxic trait. It shows that she's possibly not ready for a relationship. She's probably ready to go out and be free and just have fun and live her best life as a single girl and not ready to be in a committed relationship. So she's always ready to break up, like, oh, let's just take a break. I need a break. That's very toxic behavior. You don't want something like that going on in a relationship. You want to have someone that's rooted and grounded in your relationship so you have faith and the confidence in that person to know, hey, we have a little issue right now, but we're going to work through it together. Some people need a little space. And I don't mean space like, hey, let's break up. Some people need space like, hey, let me take a beat, calm down, cool my head. I don't want to say things that I don't mean. I know you don't want to do that either. Let's just calm down, gather our thoughts, and then reconvene and come back and talk about the situation. That's healthy. Toxic is when you're like, oh, let's break up. Like, F you, it's over, and da-da-da-da. That's toxic. You don't want to be dealing with that. And if that's happening on a regular basis, that's a sure sign that she's toxic. Number 6, whenever you guys have an issue, she's going and telling all her friends and her family about it. That's very toxic because what it does is it invites other people into your relationship. Now, if you two are having an issue, that's your guys' business. Now, it's nobody else's business what's going on in your relationship. Now, if someone's being abusive and they're hitting someone, they're beating them, or there's some type of, abuse going on, then yes, you should talk to someone. But if it's little issues like, oh, he didn't take out the trash or something like that, or we had a problem where he didn't do this, or, something happened and we got upset, it's not anybody else's business. You know why? Because everybody else has their own problems that they're dealing with too. They have their own relationship problems that they're dealing with. Why do they need to hear yours? And all you're doing when they're doing this is causing the other people to look at you like you're this bad guy now, so that whenever they come around you, they're giving you the side eye like, oh, he didn't even take out the trash, and he didn't even do this, and oh, he didn't even take her out to this. And it's like they're looking at you all crazy, but then you guys have already fixed the issue. You guys are fine. You're happy and you're all being, in love again. But then the other people have this perception of you now because of what she's went and told them. That's toxic. It's not good. And it doesn't help your relationship. It doesn't help you guys to grow. It actually puts a wedge between you guys because now other people have their opinions and they're talking in her ear saying, oh, remember that time when you told me he did this? Remember that time when you said he did that? It's very toxic. You want to stay away from that. Keep your relationship private. And if she's doing something like this, she's adding poison to the relationship and she's not nourishing the relationship. And the last toxic trait is she's verbally and physically abusive. Listen, guys, I don't think that it's okay to abuse anybody, male or female. Never. It's never okay. I grew up in a household where I saw it firsthand. I made a vow that I would never do that myself. And thank God that I have not done that because it is so toxic, it's nasty, and you can see the hurt and pain that it causes. And when you can see that when a woman is doing this to a man, it's usually laughed at or scoffed at, or it's not laughed at. It's usually brushed off because people think that it's more severe when a man does it. That's only because men are physically stronger and more dominant in that sense. But guys, it's just as bad when a woman does it to a man. It's not good. Abuse is abuse, and nobody deserves to be abused. So if a woman is abusing you verbally and calling you names and putting you down, putting her hands on you, none of that is healthy. It's very toxic, and you need to get out of a relationship like that, especially if they're not seeking the help for whatever their issues are. Usually some people are dealing with things from their past that are causing them to react certain ways, and they're things that they didn't get help for, but they shouldn't be taking it out on you. Some people are just doing it because, they have, it usually stems from childhood trauma and issues. And some of it has been from, someone's angry or something's going on. But it never gives anybody the right to abuse someone else. So if she's doing this, it's very toxic. You need to stay away from that because it's not good for you. And if someone doesn't want to seek the help for that, it's time for you to go ahead and get out of that relationship. Because all you're going to do is hurt yourself in the long run. So guys, these are the 7 toxic traits that shows that she's very toxic. I hope that I've been able to help you and shed some light on these things. So if you're dealing with a woman that has, at least 1 to 2 of these, you probably got a toxic woman, maybe, 1 to 3, one of them even. I mean, nobody's perfect. I need you to understand that. Nobody's perfect. Like I said, you're going to have arguments and disagreements. And then sometimes people say things that they don't mean. We know that. That doesn't make you toxic. It makes you human. But when someone is regularly doing any of these things on this list that I made for you, it shows that they're toxic, okay? And you don't want to be with someone who's toxic. You want to be with someone who's loving, giving, and caring. You deserve that because you're a good person. And that's why I created the course to become a love magnet, to have love and relationships chasing you instead of you chasing them. I created this course with you in mind, with people that have been heartbroken, cheated on, and lied to, because I've been heartbroken, lied on, and cheated on myself. And I created this course because I found the organic habits that will turn the tides in my favor and in your favor to have people that are loving and good chasing you instead of you chasing people, because it's not fun to chase, but it is nice when you have multiple options of beautiful women chasing you, and vice versa. If you're a woman that has to be watching this to have a nice option of handsome, good-looking, eligible bachelors chasing you, and not a whole bunch of clowns and people that just want to get in the bed with you, but to have really meaningful relationships. So with that being said, go ahead and drop me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And as usual, hit that bell icon so that way you can be notified whenever I do upload new content to the channel. I will put some other videos up here for you to go ahead and check out. And as usual, I love you guys. God bless you. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.